MediEvil, the 1998 classic, has finally hit our PS4 consoles. This is one game that I followed closely and eagerly awaited its release. The story follows Sir Daniel Fortescue, an undead, sword-wielding protagonist that has found himself on the wrong side of the Hall of Heroes. Due to cowardly acts in his past life, he needs to prove his valor to gain a place at the Hall of Heroes table now that he's been resurrected to save Gallowmere. Although the truth of Sir Dan's life was in fact that he died a coward, he does make up for this by being a great fighter with a witty sense of humour. Over the course of the game, your challenge is to complete each level, and also collect every chalice that is scattered across Gallowmere. In doing so, you'll unlock characters from within the Hall of Heroes, which will help you with additional items to fight your way through to the end. These cutscenes give you insight into his past life and are extremely well-written exchanges between Sir Dan and the other heroes.
You jawless arrow magnet! What are you doing back here? Take my sword, and do try not to stab yourself in the foot. You know, I've always had my doubts about you, Fortescue. You're just not carved from hero material.
The weapons and items gathered either in the Hall of Heroes or across levels are extremely important in MediEvil. You'll find that some weapons are more effective on enemies than others. Over the course of the game, you'll find additional shields, throwing daggers, clubs, plus way more during the game, and you'll need to quickly switch up your playstyle to suit each area. I've found that the sword is my favourite weapon, but the club is also very effective in combat. If you're new to MediEvil, I believe it gives the player a Halloween or Nightmare Before Christmas vibe with its unique range of levels and enemies. My favourite level in particular is Pumpkin Gorge. In this level, you'll face pumpkin plants that attempt to eat you, or the smaller ones on the ground that tumble towards you then blow up. This level in the 2019 remake is stunning and the one I've most enjoyed playing, especially against that mini-boss. The remake of this 1998 game has stayed true to the original PlayStation version. This leads me to the question, should games change controls to suit modern console gamers, or should the gameplay be just like the original? MediEvil is one of those games from the 90s that has become a classic. I'd even go to say that it's one of the best games released on the PS1. The camera angles back then, however, weren't the best, and I found this game impossible to finish as a teen. That being said though, I do prefer for a remake to feel like the original, and MediEvil is very close in that way. Whilst I was on my first playthrough, I found some areas that I wish the camera angle would allow me to see around Sir Dan. If I was travelling along a narrow pathway or down an underground tunnel, I couldn't turn the camera to see the path in front of me. In most instances, I found myself falling to my death until I learnt where the camera would snap back to a better view of Sir Dan's path. Again, this is a small change, but I can forgive this, as I always prefer a game to play like the original than be completely different. Another outstanding part of the MediEvil remake has to be mentioned, and that is the soundtrack. The levels all have such iconic tracks that can be creepy yet fun. The songs that fans love has been re-recorded by the Prague Symphony Orchestra for this remake, and it's such a great touch to the overall experience. I feel that when I play MediEvil, it feels like every day I could be celebrating Halloween. The story is a timeless classic, and it shows its charm over and over again throughout your playthrough. Sir Dan is a standout PlayStation character that has lived on through generations and will continue to. Whether you're a fan of the original or a new player to MediEvil, you'll find something within this story that you'll love. Personally, it was and always will be Sir Dan's gruff yet charming character for me. I believe that MediEvil is a fun, challenging remake and deserves a playthrough by all fans of PlayStation exclusives or hack and slash adventure games. So for me, it's an 8.5 out of 10.